and welcome to the show. This is going to be it, Dave. Like, I swear to gosh, this is going to be released. This is the first episode of the of the Game Smarter show.
It's exciting. I'm excited.
Is that what we're calling it?
I think that's what we're going to call it.
Okay. We're going to call it the Game Smarter
Trademark
show.
that stuff.
You know what? Actually, you know what? I'm going to throw this up. Not that I don't respect your opinion, Dave, but let's throw this. Do you guys listening, throw in a comment down below. This is going to be on YouTube. Tell me what name you like better. Would you prefer the Game Smarter show or the Game Smarter report? Because Dave likes show, I like report, and everyone else I ask, we're kind of on the fence. So you as a listener, what do you prefer? And Dave, no making fake accounts on YouTube, and because I saw the look in your eye there, buddy.
Well, I mean, the reason why I like show, if I may try to convince our listeners, is because there's a great cartoon, quote unquote great, called the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
Oh, I see where you're going here.
So that's the reason why.
Fair enough. And so the reason why I like report, well, the original idea was a good old classmate of mine, good friend of mine, was saying that why don't I do a show where I basically report what happened on the channel each week and kind of like promote and say and tease what's coming up. And I liked the idea so much that I was like, let's just make it a segment. And so it might just become a segment, who knows, in the show. But then I started playing around with the idea, and you remember the Colbert Report, right?
I do, yes.
Yeah, and it was just kind of a fun, and it wasn't really a news show as much as it was a comedy show on current events. So I was like, we could do the Game Smarter report, and it would be kind of just like a laid back current events Nintendo show. I don't know, but I digress. Let's jump into the show. We've got some things to talk about this week. Dave, do you want to go in any particular order with these segments?
Let's take it from the top.
From the top?
The top.
What have you been playing, sir, on your Switch and or any other gaming device?
Well, the same day as Monster Hunter Worlds, which came out January 30th.
And what platforms are on those for someone who doesn't know? I don't know.
It's, well, have you ever played Monster Hunter on the 3DS?
I've not, but I've heard I've been missing out.
Yes. You kill monsters, you get items.
Whoa! What an idea! This is revolutionary. Okay, sorry, keep going.
You use these items to craft weapons and armor and other things.
So it's an RPG.
Kinda.
Okay.
Kinda. These monsters are hard. They have weaknesses. They have it's just a fun, addicting game where you can link up with other people. This isn't the first time
they've come out with a game like this. Is a series that's been around for a while.
It's been a while. It's been around since the PS2. The first game came out on the PlayStation 2.
Wow.
A long time ago. So, but it kind of made its way over to the Vita and to the 3DS. But now they got this Worlds where they're trying to introduce it to more people. And it's great. It's addicting. But since this is a Nintendo show, the same day that I picked up Monster Hunter Worlds, I picked up Rocket League because they came out with a physical edition.
I likes me some Rocket League. Can't keep going.
It's really addicting. It's really good. I probably synced about only a couple hours into it so far, but
now I have a Rocket League buddy now, don't I?
Yep. If you want to lose, if you're on my team, that's the.
Hey, I like losing. Wait,
losing's fine. You still get rewards even if you lose. So
then I'm in.
Yeah, so you're fine. And just recently...
I'm just going to throw one thing in about Rocket League. I actually just saw an article published by, Psyonix? That's the name of the developer, right?
Yeah, Psyonix.
So they've actually come down the pipe with a bit of an update regarding Rocket League. And so it sounds like there was... the only thing that's not listed here is that Rocket League should be getting the record video feature very soon on Nintendo Switch. The comment that I saw on Steam was probably in the spring update come April. So when we get all these other things that we're going to talk about in a second here, just remember that we're going to be getting the option to record video in Rocket League, which I think is just awesome.
I think that'll be good, yeah.
Yeah. So coming down the pipe here, I'm just going to read real quick here. February, we're going to get content updates. There's going to be a competitive Season 7 begins, while the competitive Season 6 rewards are going to go out. There's going to be new crate. I don't know what that means. I haven't played. I just play for fun. I'm not really collecting stuff, but I think with these new updates, I might get in there on that, right? New RLCS fan rewards. Do you know what that means?
I have no idea what that means.
We'll have to find out. And then tournaments beta, Steam public beta for our upcoming tournaments feature, which is cool. So if you've got a Steam account and you've got this game, which I do, I own it both on the Switch and Steam, you can go check that out. This is the part that gets me kind of excited, is in March, there's going to be new licensed premium DLC. So what I'm hoping is, Dave, did you redeem your code on your Rocket League yet?
I have not. So I probably should.
Let's talk about that when you do, because that's the only way I understand that you can get the Flash.
Iron Man.
Is it a car?
Or the Flash, sorry.
Is it a car or is it just wheels?
I believe it's the full-on car. Let me quickly Google this.
Okay, so there's a few features that are in the Rocket League version of
Oh, it's just the wheels.
It's just wheels. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So there's that's the only way I understand is to pick up the Rocket League Collector's Edition. But my complaint is that isn't it like $10 more on the Switch than any other console?
I believe so. Yes.
And the only thing that I can think of that's different on the Switch is that it's mobile, right?
Yeah. And it's
the first time it's come out in physical for the Switch.
Yes.
So I don't know, man. I'm hoping what this new licensed premium DLC, see the word licensed makes me think that it's someone else. So they did say that the content that's in the collector's edition will be coming to everyone else eventually. So I'm hoping that means March is when we're going to get it.
Okay, I think that'll be all right. I think March is a good month for it.
Then to run through real quick here, Spring, because I know we haven't finished finding out what you've been playing. I just wanted to read this real quick because it was just a nice tangent. The spring update, March and April, is going to bring the Spring Features Update, which includes tournaments, play against other players in bracketed single elimination tournaments. Now that sounds like fun.
I think that'll be like a lot of fun. Just go on a little tournament, see what could be number one. I know I'm not going to be number one. I'll probably be number 0. But
if I could set up my own tournament like Mario Kart style, that would be fun to do, like a listener or a viewer tournament, or do a tournament on Twitch or something and do like have a weekend long tournament. That'd be a lot of fun. Quality of life updates are going to be coming down the pipe. It's going to whip through these here. Item stacking, better item filtering, searching and sorting, equipment to blue/orange team for painted car bodies, new expanded options, packet send, receive, rate, and bandwidth limits, team quick chat only, disable 1 minute remaining, etc. messages, connection quality info, see notifications for packet loss. This is like when you're really hardcore into this game, will help us and the community better differentiate between server issues and connection problems. Now, here's the part that I wanted to make sure we got to. Switch performance and visual quality updates. I don't remember exactly what it's at right now. I don't believe the quality is this high.
It's not.
But we're going to be getting these options coming down the pipe. There's going to be a performance mode option for the Switch, which will give you 90p docked and 720p handheld, which I don't think it's at right now. I think it's below that right now. I think it's 720p docked and something lower.
Oh, yeah, I got the stats right here for you, actually. When docked, the resolution is at 720p.
Yeah.
And when it's portable, it's around 526.
So that's already going to be a bump up. During performance mode, everything will be locked at 60 frames per second with that infrequent dynamic resolution scaling that has been it's been getting a little bit of flack for on the internet, where, you know, if you take a screenshot and it looks like garbage on the handheld, it's because there's a lot of things going on and it's actually downscaled it from 500p or whatever it was down to something closer to like 320 or something. So not so hot, but it's going to keep the performance up. While if you're more of a quality type person, you can select quality mode and go into a native 1080p while docked and 720p while handheld. It'll be locked to 30 frames per second with added visual effects. So
make it more pretty.
Your performance won't be as hot, but it's going to look good. So whatever way you want to roll with that, that's great to know that's coming, you know, probably no later than April.
Yeah, quick question for you. What would you prefer? The performance, like to get that 60 frames per second, or would you prefer that 1080p? Do
you know what? Knowing that the lowest possible setting is 720 in performance, I would go with that.
Okay.
Now, let's say performance wasn't, you know, 720. I guess I don't like playing my Rocket League in handheld mode because of the dynamic resolution scaling, but I do enjoy playing it on docked, which is set 720p right now. So I think this is a great update, and I'm glad to see that it's going to be 720 no matter what in handheld. So I mean, I'm going to try both and see which one feels better for me, but I think performance is the way to go.
I agree.
I'm actually in a place right now where I'm playing enough where I've been playing a lot with switching from ball tracking camera and not, because I've started to learn, and I know I've noticed pros do this. They use the ball tracking camera very infrequently. And I've noticed that if the ball's bouncing towards me and I haven't switched off of ball tracking, I miss the ball a lot because the camera swivels as you're swiveling to angle yourself right, and you completely screws you up, where I miss a lot less frequently when I have it just behind my car set. So that's a little trick for you. Only other things I want to throw out there real quick here. There's going to be new arenas, whole bunch of new things, but there's going to be cross-platform parties. This is, I think, Psyonix is doing an amazing thing for the gaming community by standing behind their laurels like this. You know, they came out of the gate with the Switch version saying this is going to work with people playing on their computers and people playing on their Xbox. PlayStation's being a stinker about this, but we're standing on this. And I understand that they can't really get too upset with people over at PlayStation, considering that's where they got their start and how come they got so popular. But cross-platform parties is coming. Party up and matchmake with players from other, and then in brackets, participating platforms. So clearly not PlayStation, but that means now, Dave, say, my wife wants to play with me, but we both want to have full screen experience. I could play on my computer and she could play on the Switch, and we could group up, where we can't do that right now. I think this is really cool. Yeah,
I think it's a great idea to actually get people that are playing the game on other systems minus PlayStation and say, like you said, I have friends that do have this game on the computer on Steam, and the ability to be able to party up with them and actually play with them now. Just seems really exciting to me.
I think it's such a shame that, and I think this is probably one of the reasons why I never ever really got into PlayStation past the first one, and I've never owned an Xbox, because it's always like, well, which do you buy? And if I want to play, say, Battlefront's the one that's out there right now that I really want to try, but it's like half my friends have a PlayStation, half my friends have an Xbox, and it's like, do I have to pick which friends I like better? That's stupid. It's the same game.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of silly, but maybe this will be a trend on things to come when people see how much people actually like, hey, I have this game, but you have it on that system, but we can still play. Hopefully that's like a thing that'll happen.
And the only time that I've honestly, I think that it makes sense for a game to not do cross-platform is something like a first-person shooter like Overwatch, where I feel like people playing on the computer are going to have a huge advantage over people playing with a controller.
Yeah.
Right?
Which makes sense.
And with that said, and then we're going to trans back into what Dave was saying before. If you are owning the Rocket League and you feel like you're getting your butt handed to you a lot, I've found if you go into your settings and turn off the cross-platform play, then you're forced to play with other Nintendo Switch players. And in my opinion, those are people that haven't been syncing X amount of hours. You're less likely to find someone that's just ridiculously good and just ruins the fun for you when playing it. And I mean, when you get better, then turn it off and play with everyone. But I just find you get into matches a lot slower, but I have a lot more fun once I'm in the match. So just throw that out there.
That's a good idea, and I might have to do that. That's probably the reason why I feel like I'm actually a bad player at it, because I am up against these people that are probably put a lot more hours into it.
Do nothing but play Rocket League, right?
Yeah, exactly. So trying to unlock all those stuff.
So give that a shot. Dave, you bought Rocket League. What else have you been playing?
Well, I got one more update.
Yeah.
Under both yours and Cameron's recommendation, I picked up, hopefully I'm saying this right, because my English is always really bad, 9 parchments?
Yeah.
Parchments?
Yeah.
It was on sale on the Steam.
The sale just ended today. eShop. Otherwise, we were going to talk about this, but keep going.
Yeah, it was on sale at the eShop, and I said, what the heck, why not? Picked it up, played it with Cameron for a little bit, and Oh my goodness. The game is absolutely fantastic.
I really think the three of us need to do a solid, play some more of the game first, but do a solid review of it, because I know when I was doing my research for this game before it went on sale and looking for a game for us to play together on the Switch, this game gets a lot of flack online, and not in a good way. People don't like this game, and we had a wicked good time last night.
Oh, I never laughed so hard.
Right? And
Exactly.
And I'll throw this back at you. The four of us, generally, we're used to playing games together. We've played World of Warcraft for years together. And so being able to jump into a game like this, which, how would you describe it? It's kind of like...
It's like Gauntlet, kind of.
Yes, totally, 100%. I would say it's a little bit of... It's mostly Gauntlet, but for someone who doesn't know what that is, it kind of looks like Diablo 3. Just the camera perspective, at least, right?
Yeah.
But you're all forced to be on the same screen at the same time, so you can't just wander off, which I think is fun. There's actually, let's bring it back to Nintendo. The specific game that I think it's the most like is the original Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, the one that you could play solo, or you could play with friends by all plugging in a Game Boy into the GameCube, right?
Yes.
I loved that game, and I think that's what I like about this one. The thing that makes me think of it the most is that you can sometimes have channeled beam spells, and Dave and I last night, we were combining them to take out a boss. So I had like a lightning, and he had a frost, and so you're getting like this lightning frost beam that I'm sure was doing more damage. That kind of stuff is what you had to do, and those spell casting on the fly is what you had to do in Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. And so this just brought me back. I loved it. I had so much fun. We were on Discord talking. I think that's the only thing this game is missing is voice chat.
Yeah, but that might come with a future update, aka the Nintendo Online, which we'll talk about a little later.
We're going to be talking about that, yeah.
And for the record, I actually made a tweet out on my Twitter at that
I'm glad you didn't do a Facebook post on your Twitter.
Thank you. That I tweeted out about this game and how much fun I had with you guys. I had the official developer.
No way!
I had the official developer.
Frostbite.
They liked it. They retweeted it. And then, as you said, there was one person that responded to me saying, "Oh, how could you like this game?"
No, man. This game is fun.
I did not answer them, but I was
what? I'll say this because I bought it when it first came out, and before they updated it, there was, we'll call it a bug, okay?
Okay.
Or just they didn't finish thinking it out, I think, where if, say, I started a game with my wife here doing local co-op, and we got so far, if I then started a single-player game, I would end up deleting the progress we had made in multiplayer.
Oh, I can see that being a big issue.
And then if I'm playing single player and I'm like, let's go online and play just anyone online, I would jump online and then my single player would get deleted. And so you only had one save file. So I think a lot of people didn't like the game because of that. But now you can have up to 10 saves. And I've even noticed that, like, if say Cameron's the one that was hosting the game last night.
Yeah.
I could go and take the exact same game and host it if he's not around.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that's what I love about it, is that they fixed the biggest problem with the game where you lost your progress.
Okay, yeah.
And it's kind of roguelike also in the way that you can't, there's no level select, right? And we gain spells as you go, but if you were to start a fresh run, you're starting a fresh run with that character all over again. The only thing that really carries over is your tech tree, is your talent tree.
Oh, which I also kind of like.
Yeah. That feels like Diablo 2 as well, right?
Yeah, it feels a lot like I can't talk. Diablo 2.
So for me, that's what I've been playing. I've been playing that, and actually Celeste is the other one I've been playing. I've only played a little bit, and then I actually got Kristen to do a Let's Play. So she's been wanting to finish up. She hasn't finished the first world just yet. I think she's on she's about half done it. So I've been watching her play, and then I think I'm going to jump back in there and play some more myself.
Well, that sounds like a plan. So, what have you been playing?
That's what I've been playing.
That's it?
Celeste, 9 Parchments. Let me look at my Switch here. What's the last few things I've been playing? I've been jumping around a few different games.
To be fair, I only had a couple updates for my Switch as well, just because Monster Hunter Worlds is that addicting, and it makes me kind of excited to see Monster Hunter game on the Switch because, yeah.
Okay, I lied. There's 2 more games I've been playing. So SteamWorld Heist, I've been playing kind of just on the side, and that one I've been calling that game's for me. And then Blossom Tales is a game that I got back in December, just before Christmas. And I've been doing a Let's Play of that. I need to do another episode. That game we are going to talk about at a later episode once I'm closer to finishing it. And I want to have Cam online because I kind of want to defend this game a bit to him. He says that it's a Zelda ripoff, and it's very much like Zelda. I won't deny that, but I feel like this is more of a love letter to the genre of the top-down 2D Zelda games.
Right, and I have to agree with you. Just by looking at it, me and Karen went out for lunch today, and we talked about numerous things for both PlayStation and for both and Nintendo. And he did mention this, and it's like, oh, the game looks terrible, the game looks bad. But then I told him
what makes it bad? That's what I want to know. Well,
the thing is, I read him a review, like a summary of a review.
Okay.
Because I said, oh, Metacritic, it's at 80%.
That's a great score.
And he's like, oh, people just don't know how to review games. And I'm like, well, let me read this to you.
Love Cameron.
And I read something to him, and he's like, huh, oh, okay. And that's where it ended. So I don't know if like that review convinced him, or if he's just like, okay, I don't want to argue.
Okay, shut up, let's go.
Yeah,
pay for the food already.
Yeah, pretty much. So, but he seemed kind of, I don't know, maybe he changed his mind. He did mention it to me today, and it's one of those games where I've heard of it. I want to play it because I love Zelda, and it is a Zelda-like game. I think I'm going to love it.
I'll throw this at you right off the bat. So the game starts, and this isn't really a spoiler because it's like this is the first 30 seconds of the game, and this is the first time it does something that you fall in love with it. It's total 8-bit style. You're what looks kind of like you're inside a cabin. There's a grandpa sitting on a rocking chair snoozing, and 2 little kids come running in. One's named Lily, one's named Chris, because they start talking. And they say, see, I told you he'd be asleep. Then one's like, Grandpa, wake up! And then Grandpa's like, oh, my 2 little grandchildren, what a great surprise. What do you guys, what's going on? And then Lily says, Grandpa, tell us a story. And so Grandpa then starts, and I think I'm doing an almost direct quote here. Have I told you the one about the elf boy from a magical land of and then he gets cut off by his grandkid. And it's like, elf boy, hi, like, and then she's like, no, tell us one we haven't heard before, Grandpa. And so he kind of scrambles for a minute and starts telling the story of Lily, which is actually his granddaughter, which kind of shows you that this guy's like, he's basically taking the story he knows and swapping out some of the names. Right?
That's amazing.
And that's like, what adult hasn't done that, right? Just to tell a kid a story, just here's a story that happened. I'm going to swap out some names. And so so then when you get into the game, the first thing that you start with is Lily, the playable character, is in bed. It looks just like the room from Link's Awakening and A Link to the Past.
Right.
And there's sometimes there's just little things that happen in the game that really, I'll put it this way, Grandpa and the kids, I thought they were just going to be at the very beginning of the game. Grandpa's narrating this entire game throughout.
Oh, so it's like him telling a story to the kids. Hey, this is Zelda, but my version of Zelda.
And what's really cool too is when you come back into the game from after quitting, Grandpa, it starts with a scene of Grandpa and he's like, where did I leave off? Oh yeah, Lily had to blah, 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 blah. And it's like, that's a really nice touch because there's a lot of games where you just jump back in and you're like, crap, where was I? Especially if you played the game more than once, you're like, have I done this part yet?
Yeah.
And the last thing I will say about this game that I fell in love, this is where I absolutely fell in love with it. Grandpa's telling the story, and I end up getting to this place, this forest area that I needed to get to, and Grandpa says something about it being dangerous, and one of the kids jump up and says, that's because the bad guys sent their giant golems. And Lily says, no, it's because the blah, blah, blah sent their archers. And Grandpa's like, oh, they both sound very dangerous, but the blah, and then you get to pick. Did they send golems or did they send archers? And that means that when you go and do this next part of the story, you've selected what bad guys you're facing to clear out for this section. And I was like, yeah, I'm in. I mean,
that's really cool. I like that idea.
Super endearing. I love this game. We'll do a full review later on. But yeah, if you want, head over to Game Smarter. You can actually just type in game-smarter.com. Head over there, and I'm doing a Let's Play of Blossom Tales right now, and I haven't spoiled anything. Like I've finished the first temple or dungeon, we'll call it, and it's a lot of fun. Come check it out and watch the Let's Play, please, and hit subscribe, because that's the whole reason we're doing this podcast. We're trying to help grow the channel and build a bit of a community.
Yes.
That's what I've been playing. So let's talk real quick here about news then that's coming down the pipe, because I want to save new releases till later on. So the reason I wanted to sit down and talk about is, I think it was on Tuesday, Nintendo had their financial report or their financial meeting. Companies do this. It's kind of like a big group call that no one can talk except for the higher ups. And basically, they talk about their financials. One thing that we did get, and I'm going to skip ahead one, is Mario Kart is coming to mobile?
That's an interesting choice. I know that the mobile market is pretty big. I know that Mario Run did really, really good. Pokemon Go, which is kind of Nintendo-esque, it's been really popular. And Animal Crossing, I even hear, is really good, which I haven't downloaded yet, but
totally,
I need to. So they're really pushing that mobile market of people that like Nintendo and can be playing it on their phone, and maybe there's not a Switch game coming out anytime soon that you're interested in. Maybe for the March of 2019, maybe there's nothing.
Or maybe you share your console with someone and you can't take it with you everywhere.
That's true as well.
You have your phone with you though, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's really interesting. I'm wondering if this is like a way for them to kind of hold back the people that are really dying for new Mario Kart game. And I understand Mario Kart 8 DX came out last year with,
but it wasn't really a new game.
But it wasn't really a new game. So this might be a way to hold people off that really want that new game.
You know what I would say? I would say that game was more of an expansion.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Because all we got updated stuff, and then we got the actual battle system that was properly done. So it was more of an expansion, or I guess in this day and age, it was DLC. And that's what it had. It had the DLC automatically in it. Exactly.
It's like, hey, please buy this game that was on the Wii U. Oh, and for people that had it on the Wii U, here's a little bit of changes and some stuff we're adding.
Like us.
Yes, like us, exactly.
I'm gonna disagree with you slightly and say that I think these mobile games are an attempt to go the opposite direction. Where before the actually this isn't my idea. I was listening to NVC, the Nintendo Voice Chat podcast, IGN's official Nintendo podcast, and
love those guys.
They were talking about how they felt that these mobile games were actually ways to get people excited and bring people back to Nintendo, because you haven't had to pay for a single one of them. They've been all free to play with microtransactions inside of them, right?
That is true.
So I think this is, if that's your line of thinking, this is absolutely brilliant, because what's probably, if you were going to say top 5 Nintendo franchises or IPs, if you will, we've got Mario, Zelda. What else would you say?
Metroid.
Worldwide, I'd say no.
Ooh, are you sure?
Like, North American? Totally, yes, 100%. Over in Japan? Hell no. But, okay, we'll put Metroid on there. Metroid? Okay, name 2 more, though.
Animal Crossing?
I would give you that one.
Pokemon?
I wouldn't say I guess that is Nintendo. Pokemon, okay.
Fire Emblem's not as big.
No.
Kirby's not as big.
I think the next one would be Mario Kart. So the 6th would be Mario Kart.
Yeah, you know what? Nah, okay, never mind.
Okay, so I guess the whole point of this, though, the first 6 we named, out of the first 6, what do we have? Mario, that's got a mobile game.
Yep. We don't have Zelda.
Zelda was rumored to be getting a mobile game, but didn't. Still could, who knows?
Who knows?
Metroid doesn't have one. Animal Crossing has one.
Yep.
Pokemon has one.
Pokemon has one.
Even though it wasn't made by Nintendo, Pokemon has one. Mario Kart's getting one now. And the one that you were going to add after that was Fire Emblem. It has one.
Which has one as well, yeah. Which I forgot about.
So I think it just goes to show that, they're taking these beloved franchises that people have, and if you don't own a Switch, or, you know, let's be honest, a lot of people skipped the Wii U.
Yes, they did.
This is their way of saying, come taste our wares, come get hooked, come get addicted again, and then once you're in, go buy a Switch. Because the beautiful thing about the Switch is it's a mobile device just like your phone.
It is.
So I think these guys are basically doing the whole crack dealer bit where they'll give you a taste for free and then you got to pay for the rest.
Do you think it's going to be a full-fledged kind of game? Like it's going to have 3 or 4 cups?
So before I answer that, if you were to ask me, what's the next franchise coming to, like Nintendo, like you said, I've got insider info. Nintendo is, for a fact, releasing another mobile game with one of their major franchises in the fiscal year ending in March 2019. I would say, oh wow, it's got to be like Zelda or Professor no, not Professor. You know what? It's got to be Pokemon or something, right?
No, I got a good one.
Oh,
that would work well for mobile. I'm sure it's going to happen.
What would it be? Pikmin. You know what?
Perfect on mobile.
Port the Hey Pikmin game over to mobile.
They could do it.
Done, right? I would believe that before, like if you were to tell me that, I would believe Pikmin before I would believe Mario Kart. So with that said, it's like, is this going to be an endless runner? Is that what it's going to be? Like,
it might be.
What kind of, I guess my thought is, what mobile game made by Nintendo have we seen a play style where you can't play one-handed?
Where you can't play one-handed.
You have to use 2 hands.
Zelda.
Mario Go, it's a one-handed game.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Pokemon Go, one-handed game.
If you're lucky, I always need 2 hands for that one. One to hold the phone and one to flick the Pokeball.
Okay. So that one's an iffy. That one can be either way, right?
Yeah.
Mario Fire Emblem Warriors, I'm sure you could play it. It would probably be more comfortable two-handed. But Mario Kart feels like one of those games that you would have to play two-handed.
You would have to, yeah.
Like, you wouldn't be able to play one-handed properly.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, how are they going to do the controls? Because they've done many...
Tilt controls, it's that. It's right there.
Well,
what
true.
mobile phone doesn't have a gyroscope in it now?
That is true.
So, tilt controls...
oh man!
Right, like I guess my question is, how much production time are they putting into it? You know what I mean? Like, the Mario Go just made sense, and it totally works, and I really enjoyed that game, and it felt perfect on the mobile device. Would I want to play that on my Switch? That's actually a topic I want to talk about in the near future. Is why can't we have things like Mario Go, Fire Emblem Heroes? I know why we can't have something like Pokemon Go, but why can't we have those mobile apps on my Switch?
Probably because they're going to make, and I apologize to those who really like the game, but they're probably going to make something better.
And I completely agree with you, but wouldn't it be nice to be able to log into my Mario Go on my Switch or my phone?
I suppose.
Just slide those Joy-Con off, and that's a tablet, man.
It is a tablet, but I don't know.
You don't like this idea. Why?
Listen, I have something... I'm not a fan of phone games, and yes, I did download Mario Run. I did download Pokemon Go.
These are Nintendo properties, that's why.
And, well, the thing is, it's just... Maybe it's because...
You've been burnt too many times with mobile games, is what you're saying.
I'm just not a fan of them. They drain my battery way too quickly.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So instead of draining your battery, drain your Switch battery.
Exactly. Well, see, the thing with the Switch is that it's, for me, well, for everybody, it's a gaming console.
So a casual person playing a mobile game can't play their game on the Switch?
Well, I mean, they can, but it's just, I mean, for me personally, this is just my personal taste, is that, yes, games drain the heck out of my battery, and I like to use that as more than just a gaming thing. I use that to surf the internet, to look at news, to text people, to go on my Twitter,
right.
Look at YouTube videos and stuff. So if I'm playing like this game, for 20, 30 minutes, maybe it's because my battery sucks on my phone, but that'll drain like 30-40% of my battery, and it's like, oh, and I've only played it for like 20-30 minutes. So for me personally, I just don't like mobile phones because I've had too many games where it does do that, where it drains it, especially Pokemon Go. That's the worst one, but I don't know, man.
Well, I was just going to say into your argument, and then I've already gotten ideas that won't work. I was going to say maybe one of the reasons why we don't get things like Mario Go or Pokemon Go on the Switch mainly is because there's no version, at least right now, with LTE in it. So it's forced to be a Wi-Fi device. And I know Pokemon Go, you kind of need an internet connection, and Mario Run, you, for some reason, I don't know why, you need a constant internet connection to play that game.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So speaking of that, and a segue, just to leave that idea, the Nintendo Online service is now coming down the pipe. We do have a date. My question to you before we get into this, Dave, is when the Nintendo Switch launched, we were told that we were going to be getting this service later that year.
Yes. Everyone thought it was probably going to be like sometime in the summer before Splatoon 2 came out.
Right. And then everyone's like, oh, it will come out September, November, right?
Yes.
And then Nintendo went and pushed it back even further and said 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And now, what are they saying?
Now they're saying that it's coming out in September of this year.
And you and I kind of got in a little bit of an argument of the way we wanted to phrase this story, because I'm saying the Nintendo Online service has been pushed back to September 2018. And you didn't like that wording.
I didn't like that wording because Nintendo, when they originally pushed it back, they just said 2018. They didn't say, oh yeah, we're going to have it at the beginning of 2018 or in the middle of 2018. They just said 2018. And today they're like, okay, September 2018, that's the date. That's when we're going to do it. I
guess the reason why I say pushed back is because we've been kind of
waiting.
We've been told two different times twice now, right? We were told 2017, and then we're like, fall, summer 2017, and now 2018, it's like, now it's been pushed. Like, I guess, what's stopping them from changing that yet again?
I don't know if it's just...
Like, I'm at a place where it's like, oh, it'll be here when it gets here. Just say that, guys. Like, more importantly, we all want Virtual Console, so let's go.
Which is interesting because if you go on the online service portion of the Nintendo website, they have this is what you get for online, this is what you get for non-subscribers. One of the things that you get for only being online is something called a classic game selection.
And if you read on, I think, the chart,
yes,
there's brackets that say name may change or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
Product name subject to change.
Yeah, so that could be the Virtual Console.
That might be the Virtual Console, but the wording of it, and I understand that the name might change, but like classic game selection, it's not classic games selection. So that makes it sound like you can only pick one.
Or there could be like 5 of them.
Yeah, or something. Like, it seems interesting. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what comes from it. I mean,
from my understanding, though, the way that was supposed to be was that originally you were going to be able to get access to a single game each and every month. It would be a different game, and once that month was up, that game went away.
Yeah, that was their original plan, but who knows what's going to happen now with all this pushback and what they're thinking about doing now.
I think it's telling that they still left that bracket up there because it's clear that they haven't even figured that part out yet themselves, or they're not willing to announce it yet, right?
And that's probably the reason why it's taken so long for them to actually get it out, and why no one's heard anything about Virtual Console, because they're probably still debating, I'm assuming,
right,
in their own headquarters about, do we add this to Virtual Console? Do we leave it out? So then, because if we add it to Virtual Console, people are going to be upset. Do we want people upset with us? Like, who knows? They're probably having these interesting discussions about what should go on with the service instead of just, hey, here's a free game. if you're subscribed, this game that just came out might be like 5-10% off or something like that. Kind of like what.
Well, and I
PlayStation
think at the end of the
does.
month, put it up for sale, and you give the people with an account a discount, because that's another one of the things apparently we're supposed to be getting is discounts on the eShop.
Yep. Nintendo eShop deals.
Right. And there's something about the eShop I want to talk about today. We're running out of time. We're already going way longer than we were supposed to for this episode. So do you know what, actually, Dave? No, we're not going to do that. I was going to say, let's split this episode into 2 episodes. No, let's finish this up. We got 20 minutes left, and we'll still be an hour-long show. Real quick here, we're going to skip over this one. Splatoon 2, brand new map coming down the pipe. I just want to get the name again. Arowana Mall. If you played the original Splatoon, if you didn't skip the Wii U like Dave and I and played the original Splatoon, this map will probably be very familiar. I did notice that a lot of the classic maps that they've brought back, they have made minor tweaks. So my suggestion to you is head in there and take advantage of that what is it, covert, or there's an option before you jump into matches that you can actually go and test maps that are currently up. And you're just by yourself. So go in there and run around the map and make sure that the things that you used to hide and used to do, because I know there's a few really good places on this map, they haven't been completely mucked up.
Yeah, and I will say that the map, like I remember,
this is one of my favorites.
And it just looks gorgeous on, like, some people are like,
it looks so much better now, doesn't it?
It's exactly like Splatoon 1, but these screenshots they're releasing of this quote-unquote redone
it's like
map
I put my glasses
classic
on, basically.
Yeah, it's like, wow, it looks so good. So yeah, I'm excited to try this, possibly even tonight.
We should do that.
We should definitely do that.
News that came down the pipe today, not 100% Nintendo related. I want to just make sure that this gets it said, though, before it comes out. I guess the Mac App Store, even though it was available on Steam and worked on PCs and Macs, the Mac App Store just got their own official release of the Bridge Constructor Portal. Now, the only reason I'm mentioning this is that the article that I'm reading this on, and I'm really excited about this, I guess this game originally launched in December 20th on iOS, Google Play, and Steam. The Mac app version in the game is priced to match the other $9.99 desktop version on Steam, coming in at $5 more than the iPhone and iPad version, which are $5.99. So if you can't wait, that's where you're going to be able to get it. I'm going to jump down to the bottom here. Now that the game is available across mobile and desktop devices, Heads Up Games, Clockwork Stone Software, and Valve are looking towards its release on Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox One very soon. You can visit the Mac App Store, blah, 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 blah. So, I guess the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I've been waiting for this game. I want to play this on my Switch. This looks like a lot of fun. I've tried and played some Bridge Constructors, and they're... But to add the portal mechanics and Gladys talking smack to me the whole time, I'm in. And just the sense of humor that this world has, I'm just excited for this.
It looks really interesting. Like, I'm kind of glancing over the video, like the article right now, and I've never heard of this game.
Really?
Yeah, you
well,
really.
It's a good thing we're talking about it then, because this like I would love to have the original Portal on my Switch. Like, oh my God, wouldn't that be amazing, Dave?
I think that'll be a lot of fun. It's actually, no, even better is Portal 2, because that has co-op.
Either one of them, whatever. Just give me a pack with both of them in it. I'm in. But if this is the closest thing I'm going to get to Portal, I love it, because the sense of humor in that one, especially in the second one, was just awesome. And the whole idea is that you're basically building these test facilities and rather getting packages and or vehicles or people across the stage using things that existed in the Portal world.
I think it's a great idea. I'm glad that Steam is kind of allowing. Well, not Steam. What's the
Valve?
Valve is like kind of like, hey, here's our franchise. Do you want to kind of add it to this?
If you ask me, it lines up perfectly with some of those the idea behind Mario and Rabbids. Here's two companies. Here's two different franchises. Let's make something together, guys. Okay. It might only be a good thing.
That's a good idea. Actually, I didn't think of it like that, but yeah, I guess I can see it like that kind of collaboration between two different companies that are usually rivals is like, hey, let's work together to make this fun little thing.
Well, just talking from the entrepreneurial world for myself, there's so many times where it's like, why are we competing? We could work together and create something, and then we both benefit, right? Why are we trying to talk smack about the other person? Let's collaborate instead of, and cooperate instead of compete.
Right.
And everyone wins. So I think that's a really cool thing about this. So basically, I guess what I'm trying to say is we don't have a solid release date yet for this game, but soon. And I have a feeling we're going to be getting all 3 console versions at the same time.
I think I could see it coming out at the same time. Instead of like Switch getting it a million years later, it seems like.
So that's it for the news from this week. There's only 2 more segments real quicker that I want to talk about. We're going to be doing new releases, and there's 2 games in the new release category and a topic that I want to talk about here real quick. Let's talk about the Crypt of the Necro Dancer. Have you heard anything about this game, Dave?
I did about 20 minutes ago when I was looking over the show notes.
Yeah, so this game just came out today for the Switch. It's been out on Steam for I don't know how long and other consoles. Heck, I think it's even on other Nintendo platforms.
Really?
I think it's on rather the 3DS or the Wii U. I know I've been looking. Oh, that's it. That's what it is. It's on mobile. And the cool thing about the mobile version is you're apparently able to use your own music.
Oh, really?
So if you haven't seen it already, it's a rhythm-based dungeon crawler.
That's actually really cool. I did not know that.
Just came out. I think it's a little bit overpriced, personally, only because I've never tried it. It could be one of those cases where I download a demo, I fall in love, and the $24.99 Canadian seems 100% worth it. So we'll see.
Yeah, we will have to. I might give it a shot. Actually, I think it looks great.
I will say this: if there was a demo, I would download that in a second. I want to see how this game mechanic works, and $25 is a little bit too much for me on a whim. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. It's a little bit on the pricey side, but I mean, it looks like a lot of fun. I might try it out. Now,
talking on the more affordable side, SteamWorld Dig. I've been waiting for this release to come out. I was actually up last night, like late, like 3 a.m. I didn't go to bed till about 6 or 8 o'clock in the morning. And every hour on the hour while I was working, I would load up my Switch and check to see if I could buy this game. Apparently, it didn't come out till about 10 a.m. our time.
Oh my gosh.
So I didn't get it till I woke up. But SteamWorld Dig, what I love about this is that it's the first one for a game that I fell in love with. I fell in love with SteamWorld Dig 2, and it's one of those $25 games. But I knew that I was going to enjoy it. SteamWorld Dig, on the other hand, is only $11.59 Canadian. I believe that means it's $9.99 American. And it's basically the same format of the second game, except clearly they made it first. And there's little bit of jankiness with the controls, and not with the controls. I'll say there's game mechanics. It feels like there's game mechanics missing in SteamWorld Dig 1 that are in SteamWorld Dig 2, and it's clearly they said, okay, we loved this game. This game was great. How could we improve it? And they put those quality of life things and those other little game mechanics into the second one. So that's my only fault for SteamWorld Dig 2, Dig 1, is that it was made before the second one. And can you really fault it for that? For about $10, go check it out. Dave, what do you think?
I'm going to make myself look bad. I still have not played the SteamWorld Dig 2.
Okay, so this ties perfectly into the topic I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
eShop, Nintendo eShop. One day we're going to have a beat down. We're going to have, I think, a 5-person panel, and I want to go down the what's better, physical or digital. And this is going to be one of the arguments. For this price, and because I love you so much, Dave, I would be willing to spend this so that you would get your hands on SteamWorld Dig.
Oh, I'm going to hold that to you.
Well, no, and I'm willing. I'm saying it right now. I would love to buy this game for you because I think you would enjoy it so much. My problem right now is I can't go into the eShop and gift it to a friend on my friend list.
Oh, I see where you're getting at now.
So this is the discussion I want to have. Like on iOS, I can gift a game to you. I can gift a program to you. On Steam, I can gift a game to you, right?
Yep, you can.
On Steam, I can buy a game that simply becomes a code and do a giveaway on Twitch. In fact, I've won a couple games watching people play on Twitch.
Yeah.
So what's my way around this? Well, my first thought is, well, I'll just go buy a digital eShop card worth about $15. Dave gets a little bit of extra money, and then here we go. I can't buy a digital eShop card.
I did not know that.
So
I usually.
So go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Usually you could do it, right?
Yeah. Usually you can, but.
So the next problem is Dave and I don't live in the same city. We live close, but we're about an hour and a half away from each other, so we don't see each other physically very often. The only other option, if I was going to buy this game for you, because it's a digital only, with the exception of giving you my credit card, which, sorry, I love you, but not happening. I have to go to the store, buy one of these $10, $15, $20 cards, and then I have to physically hand it to you. Like, I love, one of my favorite things about Amazon is I can buy an Amazon gift card for you from Amazon and get it emailed to you. Boom.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
So I'm almost thinking, like, you and I will have to talk after the show and work something out, because I want to give you $12 to buy this game.
Well,
and I'm also going to, and Cam's not here. Cam's birthday's coming up right after mine. And I was joking last night that I was going to buy him a game. This is the game. I'm going to buy you a copy, Dave. Just don't tell him, since it's not your birthday. And I'm going to buy Cameron a copy of this for his birthday, because I really think he'll like it. Actually, you know what? I'll give Cam the option. You can have SteamWorld Dig, or you can have Blossom Tales.
Oh, do you think he'll go for Blossom Tales?
Blossom Tales is $25, I think. So it'd be dumb if he didn't.
It's Cameron.
That's why I said he'd be dumb if he didn't, instead of, no, he would never do that. I love you, Cam.
Cam would do that.
So there's the discussion. With the reform I hope we're going to be getting in September with the online service, I really hope there's a way to gift people games, because and the reason I stumbled on this is I'm trying to work on the YouTube channel, and I wanted to give away eShop gift cards. How am I supposed to do that?
Yeah, that's unless you go out and physically buy X amount, and then
so my problem,
you're a winner. Here's the code.
Oh, you know what? That would probably be. You know what, Dave? I could do that. I could go to the store, buy a card, and then just scratch it and send you a picture of it.
Yeah, send a picture. Well, yeah, I guess a picture would probably be the best option.
Or I could type out the code and give it to you, but then you got to type it in anyways, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to do for the channel. Watch, guys. We're going to be in a contest coming up, and we'll use you as guinea pigs to test this out. Because my next problem is, if I buy a Canadian card, is someone in America going to be able to load that up onto their account?
Ooh, yeah. I did not think about that.
For you and me, that's a problem solved, right? I can just send you this code and say, go buy this game.
Yeah, but for someone who lives in the United States, because I know that the problem with the PlayStation Network cards, my friend tried to buy me a $20 one because they had this promotion for an online game I like to play with Amazon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'll just buy myself a PlayStation Network card from her account because she lives. It's a USA only thing, like this code.
Yep.
And when she sent me the code, it said that I was in the wrong region.
Yeah, and so the same thing happened to me. There was I was trying to, at Christmas time, buy my brother-in-law. No, not Christmas time. It was earlier. I was trying to buy a friend of mine a digital e-card again. And I guess you can get them in the States. There was a promotion with PayPal where if I used my PayPal account to buy it, I would get basically $10 for free off this $50 card. Yeah. And I was like, sweet, I'm in. And I mean, I didn't have the Switch yet. No, we did have the Switches yet. And I was like, okay, sweet deal, let's do this. And then when it came to region, it was like, sorry, your PayPal is in the wrong region. And I was like, this sucks.
Yeah, gotta love region.
Gotta love it. Last segment here I want to talk about. Not a lot of podcasts seem to do this, and I really think there are a few gems in here that we need to mention. So this episode might be a little bit, this segment might be a little longer than normal, but I want to highlight the My Nintendo Rewards. I think this is one of the coolest things that exists right now. Feels like Nintendo's finally doing it properly. I know there was a lot of people that disagree, and they liked putting in those digital those codes and getting physical products shipped to them. But I really like the way this is set up right now, where I can get platinum points and or gold points. Gold points usually come from actually spending money, where platinum points come from doing other things. And you can actually get some really cool rewards. Like if, say, you still are playing Mario Kart on the Wii U, you can use some of your gold coins to buy the DLC. which giddy up, right?
Well, yeah, I think that's a good idea, but at the same time, I think they should still throw in like at least a couple things for Switch owners.
So
because people are buying these things on the Switch, getting the gold coins from the Switch games.
And that's one of the reasons I wanted to make this a segment every week so that we can keep tabs on that. Exactly, because when you go into the My Rewards redeem section, there is a tab. Let me go here. Redeem points. I was just on this page and I skipped ahead. So there's a page, there's a tab for Animal Crossing Pocket Camp Rewards. There's a tab for Fire Emblem Heroes. There's a tab for Super Mario Run. Miitomo, which apparently is getting shut down soon. Smart devices, Nintendo 3DS, Wii U software discounts, Nintendo 3DS, Wii U software digital content, and then there's a tab for Nintendo Switch Rewards that says coming soon and has been since the launch. And so that's the big problem, I guess, that everyone's having is if you bought a Switch in March of last year, you've got gold coins that are going to be expiring soon.
Which is a shame. I figured that by now they might have something Nintendo related.
You would have hoped.
I don't know.
But regardless, these points are going to be expiring after 12 months of owning them. So because of that, I wanted to take a real quick talk about what you can spend them on right now if you're getting a little antsy and nervous. I picked up a free copy where I don't think it's even listed here anymore. Last month of River City Rampage or whatever, that very 8-bit style Grand Theft Auto kind of game. I got it for free on my 3DS.
Just by spending the coins.
Just by spending the gold coins. I got it for free.
Okay. They did, well, I don't know. I'm still kind of like on the other side of the fence because I don't play my 3DS anymore. Even though Nintendo
Fair enough.
did recently say that, they still have plans for it. But I don't know. I just wish that they had something for the Switch. Like,
oh no, dude, I totally get it. But and you know what? Let's save that. Next episode. Let's talk about this specifically. But let's run down real quick what you can get your hands on right now. So
all right.
With gold coins right now, you can get. Actually, these aren't even gold coins. Here we go. Gold coins. If you still have a 3DS, a new 3DS or a Wii U, you're going to be able to get a 50% discount off of Earthbound on the Virtual Console, which I think is pretty cool.
I think that's neat. Yeah, that's a good thing to have.
30% discount on Dragon Quest 5, 6, 7, Fragments of the Forgotten Past on your 3DS. 30% discount on Mario Trading Card Game on the 3DS. Obviously, that's a virtual console. Goes for the same for Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team. 40% off the Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. This one is the one where I think I'm going to pull the trigger on this, Dave. 40% discount on Super Mario Maker for the Wii U. I have 414 gold coins, and it's only going to cost me 180 gold coins to get a 40% discount.
And is the game on sale or is it full price?
No, it'll be full price, and then I'll get 40% off the full price.
Then you'll get 40% off. You know what? I say go for it. If you have your Wii U still hooked up.
I do.
Mario Maker is a really good game. It's definitely one of my favorites.
I don't know if we're going to be getting a port anytime soon, right?
Or a sequel, yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, going to run down a couple of more highlights here. This one's just funny. Super Mario Ultra Smash, you can get 30% off. Mario and Luigi Dream Team on the 3DS, 30% off.
Very good.
Nintendo Land, if for some reason you have a Wii U and don't own this, 30% off. If you've got two other buddies, and maybe this is something we should do, Dave, 40% off Zelda Triforce Heroes.
I actually already have it on the 3DS.
Well, we just got to get Cam to buy it.
Yeah, we need Cam to get it.
40% off Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, which is something else I might pull the trigger on. And the last one there's a Kirby Blowout Blast, but the last one that I actually wanted to take a mention and have a quick conversation about the discount that you can get, 20% off Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D on the Nintendo 3DS. So and this is already a Nintendo Select, so it's already $30 Canadian, and you're getting $20 off that. That's starting to get to be a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I heard that the port over to the 3DS is obviously not as good as the Wii U version, but I hear it's still pretty good. It's a good thing maybe to play if you've never played it, if you never played Tropical Freeze, it's a good thing to play before you port over to the Switch.
Yeah.
So why not? No, I think it's a good idea. I think it's Donkey Kong's one of those franchises that are just really, really good, and I think it's $30 plus 20% off. I mean, that's the steal.
It's getting pretty good. And then over on the actual full you get the section, there are 3 different Nintendo 3DS themes, I guess we'll call them. One is a Super Mario pastel pink, so it's kind of like a Princess Peach kind of style thing. And then there are 2 different Breath of the Wild, Legends of Zelda ones that you can get. And then for 60 coins each, you can rather get Pack 1 or Pack 2 of the Mario Kart 8 DLC. Those are the low balls. Now, the 4 brand new ones that I think just came out like 3 days ago, and I'm actually probably going to pull the trigger on one of these, maybe 2 of them. Actually, heck, maybe 3 of them. I don't know. Let's talk about Siesta Fiesta. I've never heard of this. It's a 3DS game, Dave. What is Siesta Fiesta? Do you know?
I have
Not
no
to put you on the
idea.
spot or anything. Okay, we're not going to talk about it then. Siesta Fiesta, 50 gold coins. You can get it for free on your 3DS. The one that I might do, because it looks kind of like a Mega Man game, Mighty Switch Force on the 3DS is free for 50 coins.
That's all right.
Gunman Clive, the HD collection, is a game that I've been wanting to kind of pick up on the 3DS. It's like a $5 game or something. I didn't know there was an HD collection, so clearly it's more than one. That's 30 gold coins for free.
That's pretty good. I would jump on that.
And the one that I am going to grab, I'm going to be grabbing, because it's a game that Kristen and I have looked at buying for her a few times now, is Yearwalk on Wii U. And apparently Yearwalk, the best version of Yearwalk is on the Switch, for the same reason that the best version of SteamWorld Dig is on the Wii U, and the same reason that SteamWorld Dig is on the Wii U, because that second screen gives you information and controls that you wouldn't have in any other version.
Mm-hmm. I remember you were telling me that you were debating between buying it on the Switch or buying it on the Wii U.
So I'm actually
just
going to redeem it right now.
You're jumping right in. You're like, screw it.
Grab the code.
Live. You're jumping in live.
Jumped in. 50 coins spent. Now I have a total of 364 gold coins, because I now have... Oh, I could give you this download code, Dave. Not going to. Sorry. It's for Kristen.
That's all right.
But I'm going to put in this download code and get Yearwalk right now on the Wii U. I would probably do a Let's Play of this. I'm probably going to jump on and play a little bit. And because since I can't capture the gamepad, we might not do a Let's Play.
Yeah, that's fine.
But those are all the Nintendo points. Dave, do any of those seem interesting to you?
Well, the one that caught my attention the most was definitely the Donkey Kong one, because I actually haven't played the first Donkey Kong Country Returns game and the sequel, Tropical... What's it called again? Well, I just said it in my
Tropical Freeze.
Tropical Freeze, thank you. I have not played either one of those games, and I consider myself a huge Donkey Kong fan, so I definitely need to jump in and grab it.
I just realized one more thing I was going to say regarding my Nintendo rewards. If you are a Wii U or 3DS owner, make sure you jump on the Just For You section during your birthday month.
What? Ooh, how come?
My birthday's on Monday. I just got a 30% coupon for the eShop. I'm sure it won't work for the Switch, but if there's a game you've been looking to get on one of the other 2 consoles, I am sure it won't stack with any of these other My Nintendo rewards that we've done.
Right.
But it's something.
I think you should grab it.
I'll be using up that 30% by the end of the year. By the end of the month for sure.
Wow, I'm not surprised. I decided to log into my Nintendo to see how many coins I had.
How many coins do you have?
198.
That's it?
But I haven't done it.
198 gold coins.
Yes.
Dave, you told me that you've been redeeming all of your physical games.
They give me like...
You're supposed to get 60 per game.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you get more for physical games than you get for digital. All right. We might have to talk about this off air, but speaking of that, let's wrap up the show. We've been recording for how long? An hour and 5 minutes. So Dave, thank you so much. Dave has been him and I have been working behind the scenes. We are going to be recording live eventually, but every Thursday night, sometime during Thursday. And we're going to be getting these episodes out to you every single week. This will probably get posted up on Friday, is when you can expect them to be coming down the pipe. Dave, if someone wants to find you on the internet, thank you so much for being on the show. Where can someone find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Hidasan, Hidasan.
And that's where you're going to want to go hit him up and get his friend code so you can play him at Rocket League and beat him.
And beat the crap out of me.
But don't play Mario Kart against him because he'll beat you at that. Like, you'll have no chance.
Well, if it's not racing. If it's battle mode, you get.
Oh yeah, he's ruthless. And he's also ruthless when you play 9 Parchments, just saying. My name's Kyron Mountain. You can head over to @Kyron, Kyran on Twitter if you want to get in touch with me directly. But please, what I would mostly prefer is type in game-smarter.com into your web browser. That's going to bring you straight to the Game Smarter YouTube page. And please watch a couple videos, subscribe, and most importantly, leave a comment and let's have a conversation. If we get enough people commenting on videos, we are going to open up the Discord channel and get a party going and get some gaming going on every single night.
Sounds like a fun time.
Dave, thanks for being here, buddy.
Thank you for inviting me.